Hello and welcome to today's FIA Formula 3 press conference following qualifying here at Monza. We are joined by the top three qualifiers for tomorrow's opening race. On pole position, Christian Lundgaard from ART Grand Prix. In second place, Marcus Armstrong from Prema Racing. And in third place, Robert Schwartzman of Prema Racing. Christian, your second pole position of the year and the first repeat pole sitter in Formula 3 this season. How does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it feels amazing. I think after practice this morning being P25 I think it was a bit of a mess. I'm happy to be P1, obviously. It's 4 points, which is what we need at the moment. And yeah, I think it's a good way to start the weekend.
It's a very difficult qualifying session, very greasy conditions after rain throughout the day and some traffic towards the end as well. Could you talk us through how you approached qualifying and your final pole lap? How did that come together?
Yeah, well, my lap was actually on the first run. Didn't manage to get a clear one in the end, which was a bit of a shame. But obviously, I think everyone else was also on good laps in the end. And I think we were all struggling to find the space to have one free lap. But obviously, I'm happy to have made that lap on the first run to end out on top.
Well done today. Marcus, narrowly missing out in second place today. Very, very close at the end. Could you talk us through your lap? Were you anything left on the table there? You reckon you could have got pole?
Yeah, I think that it was, as Christian said, it was a bit of a messy session. But then again, I think that it could have been a lot worse in many ways. So I am happy to be sitting here, even if I do think there was the potential to do a lot better. And the car was very strong, and just like Christian, he actually did his best lap pretty much the same time as me. So he was just behind me. So yeah, yeah. So I think that everyone had more potential, and me included. And I think that tomorrow is going to be a good race, exciting for the fans as well. But yeah, it's surprising that the entire day has been a little bit messy, and I haven't actually done many laps at all. So I think everyone will agree with that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
You've had sprint race victories each of the last two race weekends. Tomorrow, if you could break your duck for feature races this year and get a first win on the board, I mean, how big would that be for your title ambitions nearing the end of the season now?
Yeah, I think that obviously, as I said, I have a lot of potential, especially here in Monza. I think that the car is very strong. And over the past few weekends, for one reason or another, things haven't been coming together as well as I would like, especially in qualifying, whether it be traffic or whatever. And this week, luckily, we are on the better side of that, so we can take advantage of our speed in race one instead of race two. And as I said, tomorrow is going to be an exciting race. There's obviously plenty of long straights, and as I said at the beginning of the year, who knows, the guy starting in P20 could win this race here in Monza. So obviously, yes, I do want to win it, obviously for my championship, but anything is possible.
Well done today. Robert, moving on to you now. P3 on the grids. Again, did you feel there was time on the table there to get pole position, and was it quite a messy session for you as well?
Well, yeah, it was, I think, for everyone the same. I actually found a little bit different situation. I struggled at the beginning of the first stint. And yeah, luckily we managed to get at least a lap. So I'm happy for that because it could have been much worse, like Marcus said. Yeah, for sure, obviously the potential was there, clearly. I mean, the car felt really good. It just was so much mess going around and was a bit of confusion. So yeah, I feel like I didn't do a proper job, which I tried to do. But anyways, yeah, starting from third, I think tomorrow is going to be a really interesting race. We have really good pace, so tomorrow is going to be an interesting one.
Again, nearing the end of the season, obviously you are the championship leader. Are you changing your approach at all? Are you trying to be a little bit more defensive maybe? Or is it still all-out attack, try and get that race win and extend the points lead?
No, I'm not changing anything. As I said before, my target is always to maximize every weekend as possible. So for sure, if I feel like I'm quicker than the guys in front, or I'm just doing my best to make it safe, obviously. But yeah, to get past and to win, that's the target. So for sure, tomorrow is going to be some attacking maneuvers, and yeah, that's the target. Is just to get as many points as possible.
Well done again today. And Christian, moving back to you now. Robert said there's going to be some attacking manoeuvres. Marcus is expecting quite an exciting race. You're the man on pole. We know how easy it is to overtake here. How are you going to approach the race?
Well, I think the same way as every other race. I want to win. That's why I'm here, obviously. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be quite tough. Like I said to my engineer after quali, this is not going to be the same as Budapest. Well, we make a good start and then we will take the victory. It's going to be a bit of a different story tomorrow, but I think we have a good car after Spa. We were quite quick in the first race, so I think if we can manage to put it together for tomorrow, it looks quite promising.
Thank you. We will now open up this press conference to questions from the floor. If you can please remember to state your name and publication for the transcript.
Chap Benny from Autosport. Question for all three drivers. Do you think we should have some sort of group qualifying situation for coming rounds and maybe something that should be looked at for next year? And would that have solved today's problems, do you think, if we had two separate sessions?
Christian, do you want to start? You're quite vocal on radio in that session.
Yes, that's my answer. I think this is a pretty good example of that we need groups, especially in Macau as well. Yuri Vips mentioned that in the briefing. And they said that they hadn't looked at it. And obviously, when we are 30 cars, it's going to be messy. I think we already knew that before we even came into this weekend. And yeah, I think a group, two groups, will definitely be the best option.
Marcus, your thoughts?
For Macau, like you mentioned, I think that two groups is for sure necessary. For the normal circuits, I don't think so, because obviously this circuit evolves a lot, so in a way it's unfair to the guys in the first group. And in this circumstance, I think that it was difficult to manage, but I don't believe it would be the same if we did the exact same session again. So if we had a Q2, for example, I don't think it would end up like that. I think it was just a particular session and how it unfolded.
Robert, anything to add?
Well, yeah, for Macau, I think it's better two groups, or I don't know if it's the case to do like two qualies and then divide like top 15. So if in first quali you get the top 15, you do the quali 2, which has less cars, but you can still challenge, something like that maybe could be also interesting. Yeah, because the two groups, as Marcus mentioned, it can be unfair in some different situations. So here in the normal tracks, I think it's not really needful. I mean, yeah, now was a bit of a mess. There was some tricky situation, but I think it could have been manageable if we knew how it works, because it was a bit of a just like something new for us. I was expecting it's going to be tough here with the slipstream, but it was a bit different from what I expected. But I think if we would do another quali, maybe it would have been different.
Next question. No more questions. Thank you, guys. Good luck in tomorrow's race, and a full transcript of this press conference will be available at FIAFormula3.com.